Hello, this is Ryan Garcia from Cyber Slammers, and I'm so excited to show you our project, F.A.E. F.A.E stands for Fast Automotive Emissions. When we started our project, we wanted to use APIs to detect car types and get their CO2 emissions. Lo and behold, these systems did exist, but they were expensive. For many people, climate action is the hardest in the beginning. It takes a lot to get the ball rolling. Even if resources are available, they generally are not accessible. We wanted to fix this issue, and the best way to illustrate this issue is from one of our weathermen down here at Olympiad High School.
Hi, I'm Manit. I'm here with
Monica.
Do you care about the climate?
I do.
What car do you drive?
An MDX.
Okay. Do you know how much that affects the climate?
No.
Would you like to know in the future, maybe when you were buying the car, how much your car maybe messes up the environment?
Yeah.
Do you know about F.A.E?
No.
Of course you don't. That's our AI model, Fast Automotive Emissions, that helps you figure out how much your car messes up the environment. Hi, I'm Manit. I'm here with
Trenton.
What car do you drive?
I drive a Ford Focus.
Do you know how much that car affects the climate?
Not really, no.
I'm here with
Maya Mackey.
Do you care about the climate?
I do.
What car do you drive?
I drive a Honda Civic.
Do you know how much your car affects the environment?
Probably not.
Do you think it'd be helpful if there was an AI tool out there that would let you know before you buy it?
Yes.
You know CarMax?
Yeah.
You think if people were to know how much the carbon emission of the car they're buying on CarMax it'd be a good thing?
Yes, I do.
You think F.A.E would help with that?
Yeah, sounds like it would.
Would you pay $5.99 a month to know?
Yeah.
Now we're going to get into how to actually set up F.A.E. To set up F.A.E, you're going to want to begin with downloading the program files. I've already finished downloading all those program files, so now we got to make sure our imports are in order. To make sure all of our imports are installed properly, go to Terminal, followed by New Terminal. Now what you should be able to do is type in CD, this stands for current directory, followed by the current directory of the folder. You can do that just by copying in the path and then typing in Control V. So now that we are in the proper current directory, the next step is to make sure all of our imports are in order. To do this, you're going to type in pip install -r for read requirements.txt. What this does for us is it downloads all of the files that we need to have, all of the imports that we need, so that way F.A.E runs correctly. Very important note here is you want to be making sure, as well as having all of the imports, that you're using Python 11. You can download Python 11 online, or if you're on Windows, at the Microsoft Store. To check and see which interpreter you're using in Visual Studio Code, you can type in Shift-Control-P, followed by Select Interpreter. In this case, make sure you are also looking for the 64-bit compiler, so that way your program works as intended. To use Flask, all you have to do is start off by running the file. Go ahead and go to flaskserver.py and then hit run. And that will begin to run the server, start to boot it up. After it's finished booting up, you'll notice you get an HTTP link. Now we are going to be using Postman for this, but also you can use the Pi request library as well. We're just going to be copying this link, and then we can bring it over to our post request. That is the base link, and now we have to figure out what route it's going, so that way you can, I guess, run the methods that you want to run, right? So we're going to be using a slash here, and then we're starting off with the base route here, which is media, upload CO2 per kilometer. And then we'll be just pasting that in there. Now, we need two major parameters. We need two major keys. We have one key that's named file, and then that goes to a value that is a JPEG image of a car. And then we also have the mileage of a car that is going to be 130 kilometers for us, but that's whatever you want to send in for both these values. And then when we run this, you'll notice that in the below we'll get a message, and this is the CO2 emissions per kilometer that we will have for running this car. That's not for our mileage, that's for future things, like if we type in report. that'll go ahead and give us a report of the sort of emissions that we've had in total with our mileage in mind, and the tons of the emission, or the emission in tons as well. Now, generally that's going to be between 0 and 1, but that is totally for your benefit. I would recommend just sticking in grams for most of our time. We can also go ahead and figure out what percent of our total yearly emissions we've used, and to do that we just have to type in percent this year. That provides us with an integer of the percentage of emissions that we have used of our total yearly emissions, being those car emissions. We're doing pretty good here, but if we were to raise up that number by a ton, our yearly emissions will go up. Thank you so much for listening to our project. F.A.E. took us a long time to sort of figure out, and it was an excellent opportunity for us all to learn. So once again, thank you so much for the amazing opportunity of ICO.